for the person who's like, I'm ready to build my own gym?
This last year was really hard with everything.
Sure.
We know your dad's proud of you.
Thank you. I really have wanted to call him.
Sure.
And it's been hard because, like, with the flooring and everything else, and I always called my dad for that stuff, and so now my brother kind of has to take that with him. So it's just wanting to. I wanted him to see it.
Kendra, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
We are excellent. Obviously, we're in a different space. If you've watched this before,
If you watched our last interview with Kendra, much different space.
Very
much different. We'll link that. You can watch that episode from over a year ago, I guess, right?
Yeah, it has been over a year.
Year and some change.
Okay, so a year later, where are we?
We are in my new ninja gym, the Permian Basin Ninja Academy. It is located, I guess, like in the heart of Midland, Texas.
Excellent. So, you're a ninja.
Yes.
You know what I think about ninjas. I don't think it's the same, but explain what a ninja is.
So, well, ninja warrior is an athlete who goes through obstacle courses similar to the show American Ninja Warrior. There are ninja gyms all over the United States, all over the world that people go and train at. So this is Midland's first ever ninja warrior training facility.
This is super exciting. You were talking about your dream to start your own gym.
Yep.
When we first talked to you. So,
like, you were a little secretive about it. Like, you alluded to the fact that it might be coming. And so to see the progress you've made in a year, in a few months, it's like,
it's crazy.
It's awesome.
It's really crazy, but exciting.
So tell us what it took to really open this gym of yours.
Wow. So it actually took a lot to open this. Last year I did, in 2022, I started the Midland Entrepreneurial Challenge. I made it through phase 2, and, as what happened, Dad passed away December 9th. I got the email from the MEC about not being on to phase 2 in January. I was really heartbroken over that. I remember getting the email and just sitting there and crying, mostly because it was still, I guess, kind of grief driven and everything. And I really thought that I was like letting myself down. I was letting my dad down. And so last year I, prayed about everything. I was like, okay, this was a blessing in disguise, because had I gone through my first year of grief trying to own a business, I don't think that it would have been successful, just because of the fact that there were days whenever I couldn't even leave the house. The grief anxiety is a very, very real thing. And so I never wanted to leave the house, and that was really hard. I laugh, but I guess it's like a coping mechanism.
Sure.
But then I prayed and I prayed about it, and I was like, okay, God, like, if this is what you want for me, if this is my path that you want for me, then you will make it happen. So come August of 2023, I sat down with a couple of investors, and, we went through, and I told them, like, hey, this is what I'm looking at. I sent them my business plan, and everything else. And we talked about all of that stuff. So, that was kind of in the works. In October, I joined, the Midland Entrepreneurial Challenge again, and I didn't even make it past round 1. So I guess they just, it takes a special person to understand the concept of this, the passion behind it, and everything else. Regardless of not making it through, I knew that, okay, this was the plan that God had for me. This was the path that he wanted me to go down. And so he put, like I said, 2 amazing people into my life, to be able to open this place, buying equipment, to having a financial backer, trying to get insurance. And that was like one of the hardest parts, was trying to buy insurance, because this is a very special, I guess, niche.
Sure.
For everybody, for just certain people want to do ninja warrior training. So there's a lot of people in the ninja community that I reached out to, and I was like, hey, can you help me with insurance? Who did you use, and everything else. And so it was great that those people in the ninja community were able to help me kind of go, try to find the path that I needed to kind of go through to see, insurance and everything else. The guy that built all of this, Arnold with my Ninja Source, I'd been talking to him for over a year.
Wow.
So once I said I'm opening up my own business, my own ninja gym, a lot of people reached out and they're like, oh, we can help you with that, and we can help you with this. But I'm very loyal to a fault. So Arnold is who I went with, and he exceeded all of my expectations. It's just, I asked him, I said, am I ever going to stop smiling? When I walk in here, he's like, no, that's always going to be a thing.
So it's a pretty tight knit community.
It is.
From what I'm hearing. So going back, you said this is very niche, right? So like, again, and I'm sure you can't tell, but like I don't actually train in ninja.
What?
Yeah, I know it's wild.
Where have you been going every night?
Now you have a place too.
Oh, perfect. I mean, explain the aspect of like, again, this is me thinking like, okay, the people who are on American Ninja Warrior, they're doing these crazy obstacles, things like that, right? So explain the difference between, an average gym or like CrossFit box versus a ninja gym.
So CrossFit is more for lifting. I know they do a lot of competitions and stuff, but that's more like Olympic lifting from what I've seen. Whereas Ninja, you're doing a lot of throwing and, catching yourself, and it's a lot more body weight, grip strength than anything. Yeah, exactly. I mean, your core with, swinging laches from rings. I mean, you are using your entire body to be able to do the obstacles. I mean, especially like balance is a huge, like you've got to keep your core and everything else. There's a lot of stuff that, takes coordination. So you've got to be, pretty coordinated I feel like, to be able to do this. But
Okay.
I mean, that like night I came to, and I didn't do a whole lot because I'm not very strong, but my armpits were so sore.
yeah.
Like I didn't realize that armpits could get sore.
Yeah.
I didn't know armpits could get buff. Turns out they can.
Well, and a lot of people, I do hear a lot of adults, especially adults, that will tell me, I don't have the grip strength. I don't have the upper body strength. I can't do this. And I mean, I was there at that point, I was there at one time, but you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that's what I always tell the parents, like if you want to do this with your kids, you have to start somewhere. And right now I've got 2 of my parents that do compete. So, I mean, I've got one that's, I think she's 30, 38 maybe, and then the other one is 42, and they love it. But you have to start somewhere. You can't just say, I can't do this.
It's fun to try.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to try.
Like I laughed at myself so hard.
But whenever
But it was fun.
whenever you actually do a competition, or even, just coming in and hanging out and trying different things, you'll be surprised at how far or how much stuff that you can actually do. So, and I love seeing the way that kids will come in here and they'll fall in love with it the way that I do. It's just, I love it. And I'm glad that I get to bring it to Midland, because then, maybe some of these kids or even some adults will fall in love with it the way that I have.
Yeah.
And so this is so a ninja gym. I mean, is this general like fitness things, or is this more training for ninja competitions?
It can be either. You can come in and just have fun, do the birthday party scene, come to the classes, come to open gym just to play. Or you can, set a goal for yourself and, try to be on the competitive team that we have. So it kind of depends on what your goals are, whether or not you want to be fully invested in Ninja and do the competitions, because it's not just come in here and play. Whenever you do competitions, you come in here and you train for the competitions. And not only that, but the parents also do have to understand that it is a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of depends on the child as well as the parents of what they're wanting to do, and how much they're willing to put into it.
I mean, I feel like it's probably less commitment than, say, soccer. I feel like those games are never ending.
I mean, well, and on courses, you know, when you go to competitions, it's a 2 to 3 minute run and then you're done.
Yeah.
You know, so
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, it's
One and done?
one and done. Uh-huh. So for us to travel, you know, some of us will travel. The closest ninja gym is Dallas or Austin or even Albuquerque. And those are about anywhere from 4 to 6 hours
Mm-hmm.
away. And so you train, and ninja has bad days and good days, just like everything else does. So sometimes you'll travel to these competitions and, you know, sometimes you'll have a bad day at ninja. I still have them from time to time, but that's what I love about the sport is that it's always you never know what to expect. Like one day you could do really well in place and another day you could just be having a bad day, and you know, one little tiny mistake can, you know, make it to where you don't place or
Yeah.
you don't qualify.
Sure. Opening this up, like what type of classes are you looking at? Is it class structured?
It is class structured.
Okay.
We will have classes Monday through Friday, and then Saturday will be open gym. We also will have like homeschool kids because I know there is a ton of homeschool programs in Midland, and a lot of them have to have a PE credit, so they want something for their kid to do or to socialize their kid.
Mm-hmm.
We also have mini ninjas from, you know, 3 to 5 year olds. Those are,
Oh, how cute.
they're always fun. Yeah, no fear whatsoever. You know,
Yeah.
they'll just go out there and do it and think that they are fearless and, you know, can be Superman and just jump off of anywhere. We also have a mommy and me class where you come in with your child and you guys together get to go through a course. You know, it's not drop your kid off and then, you know, let them play. It's, you know, you interact with your child.
Yeah.
We also have level 1s through 5. As of right now, I do not have anybody in level 5, but I do have one that is working very, very hard on it. I have a couple of my competitive kids that want to be in level 5, which is the elite competitive class.
Wow.
So level 1 will be beginner, level 2 intermediate, level 3 is advanced, and then level 4 and 5 is the competitives.
Okay. So, I mean, is there like a belt system like martial arts, or is it just
There
like,
will be level, we will have level testing every few months. So that gives the kids, you know, I'll tell them if you want to get to level 2, these are the qualifications. And so eventually what I want to do is we'll put something up on the wall with the kids' names, and that way they can see their names go from level 1 to level 2. And that gives them something to work towards. I don't want them to just come in and think that they're stuck in what, you know, in just that certain class. Like
Mm-hmm.
every few months we'll have level testing and they can move up, and that, like I said, it kind of incentivizes them to want to do well.
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about some of the activities you have. Like, obviously, I know the names of them and whatnot because I'm level 5, but
Yeah.
like, if you just want to talk to the people out there who don't understand this, like,
Yeah.
explain how the gym works.
So we have certain obstacles over here. We do have the, you know, famous spider climb that is on the show. We also have the famous salmon ladder, which is also on the show. The famous quad steps, the Lachey bars.
And I got you off your knees, put you right back on your feet, just so you could take advantage of me.
Our flywheels.
Lots of stuff, you know, work on that grip strength, work on those buff armpits,
Leave my armpits alone.
ropes and things, I would imagine.
Yeah, we will have as of right now, we have one rope up, but we will have like a climbing rope. There's a new kind of thing is like the horizontal rope where you traverse it either using just your hands or your hands and your legs. That has been, that's actually in the World Ninja Athlete Games. So there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to put in here that the kids can practice for the World Ninja Athlete Games, especially which is in March. And for that, it is worldwide.
Oh, wow.
So you have, you know, everybody's statistics or standings. I have one kid, which she is here, who made top 15 last year in qualifier.
Dang.
Yes, she came in 14th. And then at world final, she came 8th in the world.
Wow.
Yes.
Sweet, man. She broke my record, which I thought was going to stand for years. I'll be honest with you. So, okay, so the people who are just like amped up for, they see American Ninja Warrior, right? They want to be on the show, or they just are like, how do they do these things, right? This is your
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, they can come in and train. I mean, some kids can come in here and let me know what they're going to do. I had one kid, she came in last year, not over here, but she came in last year and she told me, I'm going to be on American Ninja Warrior Junior just like Taylor Green. And I was like, okay, we have to work on it. She unfortunately broke her arm, and so that does scare kids sometimes, but
And adults.
it does. It
Turns
really
out.
does. Yeah. But I reached out to Taylor Green. She sent her a video, sent me
Aw.
a video that I could send to her. And now she wants to get back into it as soon as she's healed. So any kid can come in and tell me what their goal is. If they want to just do it for fun, we'll have fun with it. I mean, we'll always have fun with it.
Yeah.
But, they can come in and tell me like, hey, I want to be on the show. Or, I just want to meet all these ninjas from the show. Even adults, if they just want to come in here for, to get their exercise in. And a lot of adults, they don't want to do I've heard they don't want to go to the gym and do the stationary stuff. They don't want to, they want to do something fun. And this is different and fun because when you're on the obstacles, it doesn't feel like exercise.
Yeah.
So Sarah from Workman by Design, whenever she comes out, I always say, hey, do you want to come out and play? I don't say, hey, do you want to come exercise? So, it's playing for us.
But like on the business side, right? Like, cause when even 2 months ago, this was an empty shell.
It was.
Right. So you talked a bit about like, leading up to it and financial backing and all that, but like what went into the actual construction of this? Like,
So when we came in here, the wall that is over here, the walls that were put up, none of that was there. It was a huge space. It was over 7,000 square feet. I didn't have an office. I only had one bathroom. So they ended up having to put an office, a bathroom, another bathroom in, put the walls up to separate the two spaces. Because the ceilings are only about 14 feet high, the warped wall is 14 feet tall. That's the one on the show, I think, is 14 and a half. So
you run up the wall?
Yeah, the
Okay.
warped wall, yes.
Gotcha.
So we had to extend into the shopping center and make it to where the ceilings were a bit higher for the warped wall. So we do have 3 warped walls over here. 6 feet, 10 foot, 12 foot, and then the 14 foot. So we kind of have bars that go on there. So you have your 6 foot one, and then the 8 and the 10, and then the 12 and 14. But yeah, it was a lot of construction. They had to raise most of the lighting. They had to raise the HVAC, and then for me to come in, I had to come in and paint the walls and everything else. But I had a lot of help with that. My family came in from Carlsbad. The wall that you see behind me, the mosaic wall, my baby sister Chloe did. She taped it, and then my sister Caitlin, Chloe, and then of course Mike came and helped paint all the tiles. We were going to do it all the way out, but I got as far as about that wall, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
It's plenty.
I was like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, right? And so, okay, so this is your business, you know what I mean? Starting this basically from scratch. Like, and again, like you said it, right? Like ninja training is not super well known to everybody.
No.
Right. So like when you're talking to people and people are like, what do you do? Or, what do you tell the average person?
Whenever I tell them like I do ninja, and they're like, oh, like karate.
Right.
Like that's what they think
Sure.
is that I do karate. I'm like, no, I don't do karate. You have to specify ninja warrior. Because if you say ninja warrior, then they're like, oh, okay, from like the show. And a lot of people, when you tell them that, they're like, well, have you been on the show? And I get it. That's kind of where everybody wants to go. That used to be my dream too, is to get on the show. And, if I ever do get on the show, that would be really cool. But I go to leagues and we compete in the leagues. You have your World Ninja League. You have Ultimate Ninja Athlete Association, Texas Ninja League, Federation of International Ninja Association. And so you have all these leagues that you can go to. And so, it's just, it's preference, I guess. But I want people to, like I said, come in, and I just want to like get, expand the ninja community and,
Sure.
do like bring it to people.
Yeah.
So from a marketing perspective, how have you been marketing to get new, what are we calling your clients? Are we calling members? Are we calling them ninjas?
Members, clients. I call all of my athletes. I call them athletes, or
Athletes,
like,
okay.
ninjas, or all my little ninjas. But what I've been doing is I will come in and I will take video, and I've actually been, recording from the time that I came in here to now, and then I'll record whenever, we get the warped wall up and, finish all the rest of the stuff. Um, so it's just kind of, I posted on Instagram, I posted on my TikTok, and I made one for the Academy last night, so I'll be posting it on there. I've been posting it on the Facebook business page, and a lot of people have been sharing it. I mean, I've had so many people share it, and so many people reach out about classes, homeschool classes, birthday parties. And so I'm just trying to like take videos of like, hey, how cool is this? Don't you want your kid in it? And a lot of people will call me and say, my kids are climbing all over the furniture and they need somewhere else to climb. And
They've made their own obstacle course.
and they really do. There's a
Yeah.
lot of kids that will make their own ninja courses, So it's fun.
I love it.
Okay, so for parents out there then who might want to bring their kids and try out ninja, like, can you walk us through like a typical what's a typical class sort of look like?
A typical class would be, you come in, make sure to sign the waiver before you bring your kiddo in. It's just because on my end, because I'll be, up here,
Yeah.
and to make things go by super fast, I want everybody to already be registered for the class. Like, I should only have to check your kid in, or even adults, because we do have adult classes. And then, make sure your waiver is signed. And then I'll sit them down. This will be kind of like the beginning of class, because as of right now, all these kids are brand new, minus the competitive class. So I don't want to take them out there, let them do stuff and get hurt. So what we would do is we'll go over all the safety rules of everything. We'll start on, hanging on a bar, do some lower body stuff, kind of make them go see if we can't do, some stuff on the cat grabs that are right behind Ryan.
Those?
Yes, those are cat grabs. And then just see where their grip strength is at. So that way I can get an idea of what we need to work on, what the curriculum should kind of be for those classes. Competitive class is going to be more about conditioning. Homeschool groups can come in, it'll be the same thing, having them come in, and I put kind of like a course together at the end and we go through that. Mommy and me classes will, I'll put some stuff for the littles, because we do have stuff that will be pertained to littles as well, because I wanted to make sure that this gym not only was able, not only for the older kids, but also for the little ones, because, the little ones want to do it too, just as much as the big kids.
Yeah.
Let's see, on Tuesday nights from 6 to 9, we will have a ninja course night. And what that entails is we'll have, age divisions for 1 hour, 2 age divisions for 1 hour, 2 age divisions for the next, and whatnot. They'll come in, I will make a course for them. They'll get to play on the obstacles before they run the course, and then we'll run the course kind of like a competition. And that kind of gives them, the confidence. It builds their confidence up. It helps them kind of understand how a competition is and kind of what to expect, all the rules and stuff. And that way they can, if they ever do want to compete, they know what to do.
This is like, to me, it sounds like this is more in line with like the structure of a martial arts classes versus this is not taking your kid and dropping them off at the indoor playground somewhere, right? For 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not during open gym on Saturdays, we have, it goes by the hour. It doesn't go by the day. So you can't just drop your kid off and then just be like, okay, I'll see you, in 6 hours.
Yeah. This is not the ball pit at like Chuck E. Cheese or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it's a pay by hour,
Okay.
so it's, $25 an hour for open gym. Our homeschool classes have their own membership. So do our mini ninjas. But yeah, and then also we will be having, clinics with ninjas from the show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that will be a first come, first serve basis. There will be limited spots because, for a clinic, you only want so many kids in order to show them, hey, this is how you do it. Let's work on your technique. And then that way it's somebody that has done it before. Because, I'm still new to the ninja community. I've been doing this for about 5 years. And so I always tell the parents, if I don't know something, I will ask. I will utilize any of my ninja friends that I have. whether it's, people in, Arnold and Josh in Albuquerque, Carly in Austin, and then like, any of my friends in Dallas, like Carson and JB. So I do try to utilize any of the people in the ninja community because there are some things that, I still have trouble with.
Sure.
And I want my kids to learn from them. So it's just bringing in ninjas from all over, and that way they can come in and show the kids. And some of the kids do get like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like you got this person here. Yesterday at our birthday party, it was a special occasion just because Arnold was still here. He's a 5-time American Ninja Warrior. And so one of the little girls, she wanted his autograph.
Aww.
And so it was super cute. He was able to do a course for the kids and walk them through it and run them through it. And
That's awesome.
it was really great. Not everybody gets their own ninja for their birthday party. I do want to specify
Okay.
that.
Just clarifying. That's cool. Anything else you want to tell? Like, this is a Midland, Texas. So for the parents out there that want to bring it in, or for the person who's like, I'm ready to build my own gym.
I mean, I would say just do it. I got really scared. And whenever I started doing all this, I mean, I got anxiety so bad. I would get sick to my stomach every day and feel like I was just going to throw up. And I have been praying about everything so much. And so I prayed and I was like, all right, God, I like need, if this is the right thing, like take this nervousness, take this anxiety away. And I haven't felt sick to my stomach ever since then. It's just excitement.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, just do it. I feel like yesterday Arnold asked me, he was like, how do you feel knowing that you have your own functional, up and running ninja gym? And I was like, I really want to cry right now. I was like, but I'm going to wait till you leave and then I'm going to cry. It's really it's bittersweet because I mean, my family has helped so much with this. Mike has helped so much with this, my business partner, the investors, and every single day it's been hard just because like Terra's going to cry and then she's going to make me cry.
We're really proud of you, and kind of heard you from the start in
And
your
we know
dream.
your dad's proud of you.
Thank you. That has been a thing because I really have wanted to call him.
Sure.
And it's been hard because like with the flooring and everything else, and I always called my dad for that stuff, and so now my brother kind of has to take that with him. So it's just this last year was really hard with everything.
Sure.
Wanting to, I wanted him to see it.
I'm sorry I made you cry.
Well, we're proud of you, and we know that you're going to crush this, and we're excited
Yeah,
for your Ninja Gym, Ninja Academy to open.
I'm
So-
excited too.
Can we end
Oh.
the episode with Lumi hitting the buzzer?
Where is the buzzer?
What buzzer?
Oh,
Oh,
Lumi, you get to hit the buzzer.
We'll say which after
Oh, hold
Ryan's
on,
done
hold on.
talking.
all right. So listen, we are super proud of you,
Thank you.
and we're very excited. So check it out. We'll link website, social media,
Yep.
all those things to get signed up, and let your kids become ninjas. And
Become a ninja yourself too.
listen. That's not for everybody. Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now.
But it's fun.
But
It is fun.
you can come try. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Oh, perfect. That was nice.